They walked into the federal courthouse in Manhattan, hand in hand, in a gesture of solidarity.
For the first time, Diddy's 3 daughters appeared in court to support their father, but less than an hour later, they left the courtroom in tears, holding on to each other. What had they seen that broke them so deeply? Before the trial began, Cassie Ventura presented a previously unseen video.
New testimony in the federal sex trafficking trial against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. The defense has just wrapped up its cross-examination of singer Cassie Ventura. She's the ex-girlfriend of Mr. Combs. She has been on the stand for over 20 hours this week.
And footage from a controversial event called the Freak Off, which prosecutors claimed held the key to the accusations against Diddy. As the video was played, tension filled the room. The Combs family exchanged heavy, knowing looks. Minutes in, Delilah covered the eyes of her twin sister Jessie. Chance and Justine, however, couldn't look away. Then whispers spread, was that Kim Porter, their late mother? The courtroom fell silent. Without a word, the 3 daughters rose and left. The question lingered. What had been revealed that was so unbearable? Prosecutor Rachel Harper stood and addressed Cassie. Please describe the Freak Off and your role in those events. Cassie took a steadying breath. About a year after we started dating, he introduced me to what he called the Freak Off. Gatherings, he said, were a way to unwind, to explore new boundaries. But for me, it was a nightmare I couldn't wake from. She explained the freak-offs were meticulously planned by Diddy, where he held absolute control. He called it voyeurism.
What is a freak-off? The freak-off essentially was something that Cassie said she learned about through Sean Combs about a year into their relationship. He described it as voyeurism.
Watching her with others, dictating everything. What she wore, how the rooms were lit, even the amount of baby oil applied to make bodies glisten. If she refused, he threatened her. These events lasted 36 to 72 hours, sometimes even 4 days. They happened weekly, like a mandatory part of my life. Cassie recounted how she was coerced into recruiting participants from Craigslist or professional services, arranging travel, all under Diddy's direction. The lighting shifted from romantic candlelight to professional stage setups, as if they were in a film he directed. He choreographed every detail, even demanding illicit substances to make participants more comfortable. Once I had to text him asking which pill to take, she said, her voice shaking. The trial reached a peak when Cassie's lawyer requested to play a 2018 video labeled the White Party Archive. The footage showed a lavish seaside mansion, neon lights, and blurred figures partying. But it wasn't glamour. It was a dark world where rules were erased, power and desire ruled, and familiar faces were caught in compromising acts. Cassie continued, I wasn't just a participant. I was forced to organize everything, from recruiting to making sure people arrived on time. I didn't want to, but he threatened to release videos of me if I refused. The courtroom froze as the video shifted. On screen was Kim Porter, seated on a couch with a vacant, disoriented gaze. Delilah covered her mouth, trembling. The twins sat pale and motionless, gripping each other tightly, their eyes filled with panic and betrayal as they looked from the screen to their father. Kim Porter's image wasn't just a moment in the footage. It was a silent accusation. Once strong and independent, she now appeared as a casualty of a manipulative world her husband had created. Was her death, officially ruled pneumonia in 2018, truly an accident? Or had she been silenced to hide Diddy's secrets? Diddy slammed the table, shouting, "Stop the video. My children are here. You can't do this." But his outburst was drowned by the sobs of Jessie and the frantic rush of his daughters out of the courtroom. Outside, the daughters' cries echoed, shattering the courthouse calm. Delilah clung to Jessie, trying to soothe the raw pain. The mother they remembered, the woman who sang lullabies and loved fiercely, was gone, replaced by the woman in the video. Jessie whispered, "Why was Mom there?" Their question hung in the air, unanswered but heavy with suspicion. Diddy's lawyer, Victor Langston, rose to challenge Cassie's testimony.
I believe he's innocent, and we're going to fight this case with all of our might until we don't have to fight anymore.
You paint yourself as a victim with no choice, yet you signed a 10-album deal, lived in luxury, and attended extravagant parties. Did you willingly participate? Cassie's voice grew firm. Number I was coerced. What I received wasn't a reward, it was the price to survive. He controlled my career, my friends, even my thoughts. I had no choice. Langston pressed further. Did you and Kim Porter collaborate willingly in these events? No, Cassie replied, her voice trembling but resolute. Kim was trapped, just like me. We weren't complicit, we were victims. Though Diddy remained seated, unease showed. He glanced toward the empty seats his daughters had left, searching for comfort. The video of Kim Porter and Cassie's testimony struck at Diddy's deepest vulnerability, his love for his children. The daughters' anguish as they fled underlined the devastating impact. Their presence at the trial, precisely when the video was shown, fueled speculation. Was this a deliberate move targeting Diddy's weakest spot? While Delilah and Jesse fled, Chance and Justine stayed composed, their cold gazes fixed on their father. Did they believe in him, or was their stoicism hiding doubt? For years, the Combs family had been seen as united, especially after Kim Porter's death. But Chance and Justine's presence wasn't just support, it hinted at hidden tensions. Chance, Diddy's daughter with Sarah Chapman, grew up distant from Kim's children. She lacked the warm maternal memories they had. Kim's death left her isolated, a shadow to the family's tender moments. Justine, Diddy's eldest son, was a strategist hardened by scars. He saw the family as a chessboard and mastered his father's game. He never envied Kim's children but learned to read Diddy. A father both cherished and challenged him. Rumors surfaced that Diddy had forbidden family attendance to protect his image. Yet all 5 siblings appeared, stunning observers. Speculation grew that Chance and Justine, each carrying their own wounds, had orchestrated their sister's presence to confront their father. Justine, with sharp intuition, sowed seeds of doubt in Chance, sharing dark stories about Diddy and Kim Porter's role in the freak-offs. His words stirred long-suppressed pain in Chance, prompting late-night calls to Delilah and Jesse. They agreed to attend, believing they were supporting their father, unaware they were part of a larger plan. Whispers suggested Justine arranged for the 2018 White Party video to reach Cassie's lawyer. The footage wasn't random, it was a calculated weapon. As the trial continued, tension gripped the room. Cassie detailed years of control and abuse, her voice sharp and riveting. The front row was a tableau of private turmoil. Chance masked her unease, torn between loyalty and truth. Delilah and Jesse's love turned to panic as the video played. Diddy roared to stop the video, eyes blazing, but Chance met his gaze with steel, and Justine stood unmoved, arms crossed. Underneath, Justine felt a pang, love for a father he once idolized, torn between justice and betrayal. Outside, the public buzzed. Hashtags like Our Kim Porter Truth and Diddy Secrets trended, praising Cassie's courage, but questioning Chance and Justine's motives. Was the trial just about legal guilt, or a warning about power, manipulation, and hidden darkness beneath the entertainment world's glamour? Cassie's testimony and the freak-off videos exposed Diddy's reign of control. The staged parties were not just events, they were symbols of absolute power. Kim Porter's appearance forced the family to confront a harrowing truth. The father they loved may have dragged their mother into a dark underworld. Delilah and Jesse's anguished cries echoed the wounds of these revelations, while Chance and Justine's calm raised questions: loyalty or hidden agendas? As the trial presses on, the world awaits answers. Were these freak-offs just lavish parties, or part of a criminal web? Was Kim Porter's death an accident, or a secret buried deep? Diddy's empire teeters under the weight of these exposed secrets, challenging the legacy of a man once celebrated as a cultural icon.